Steve McClaren's project with the Reggae Boyz is about to go bang as Mason Greenwood says, "Fuck England."
Jamaica have a lifeline. How about this?
Big up Gunnaz. I hear that. Don't know something that Gunnaz may say, but big up Gunnaz.
It's the start of a new era as Steve McClaren makes his mark as head coach of the Reggae Boyz. And on Friday, September 6th, the National Stadium will come alive as regional rivalry goes into a next gear. Jamaica does battle with Cuba. Come aboard this new campaign for regional glory. Match time is 7 p.m. Admission $1,500 bleachers, $5,500 for grandstand. Gates open at 3 p.m. Jamaica versus Cuba inside the office. September 6th at 7 p.m. Be there.
Will Mason Greenwood be in that squad against Cuba? Only time will tell. But one thing for sure is that we are very damn near to having him come back home. So in this video, I will be covering the imminent arrival of Mason Greenwood and also what this would mean or what this means for the Reggae Boyz going forward. If it's your first time on the channel, please do go ahead and like this video, subscribe, comment, and share. And if you are a returning viewer that has not yet subscribed to this channel, what on God's green earth are you waiting on? Just go ahead right now and hit that fat red subscribe button and smash the notification bell so that you can be notified whenever we do post videos. And you can check us out on our socials at 876 Gunnaz on Instagram and TikTok. And lastly, if you want to support us monetarily, you can do so by buying us a coffee. And you can find the link below in the description. Now, it has been 6 months. And hey, I have to tell you, time flies. It has been 6 months since I broke the news to you guys that Mason Greenwood was in fact in talks with the Jamaica Football Federation. And it finally seems that we are now nearing the end of this saga as Mason Greenwood is now finally fully focused on representing the Reggae Boyz. Now, it was just yesterday when The Athletic from the UK broke the news that Mason Greenwood is now in the process of declaring for the Reggae Boyz. And it makes perfect sense because his club career is now set, having signed a long-term contract with Olympique de Marseille in France. Now, the article went on to say that he has begun gathering his personal documents so that he can gain citizenship and play for the Reggae Boyz. Now, not to toot my own horn here, but it was just a month ago that I made a video right after Olympique Marseille signed Mason Greenwood, just basically saying that and putting the pressure on him, demanding him to now commit to the Reggae Boyz project. And a whole lot of people were on my case, like leg off of the ball, like people like you, vloggers like you, mate. The ball, them don't want to come, like, come on, guys. Like, really and truly, what are vloggers like us going to do or say to hinder someone who has their heart set on representing a country from actually doing what they have their heart set out to do? Us vloggers have nothing to do with whether a player wants to represent a country or not. Right? So I want you guys to stop going ahead and saying some fool things like that. Me hear a man say things like when me post about Mason Greenwood that the reason why it takes so long for him to get accepted. I said, bro, I'm to them big idiot, man. Going back to that video, I was pressing the situation and saying that Mason Greenwood needs to commit now. The time is now, right, for Mason Greenwood to commit. And so said, so done. He has settled in very well, very tremendously. He's had a brilliant preseason with Marseille, and he also started off the new season with 2 goals, scoring in the 3rd minute of the first game of the season, and then finalizing it, and then scoring his 2nd of the game through a penalty. So Mason Greenwood is on fire. We all know the talent that this guy possesses, and I'm going to say this boldly. I believe that he can go over Marseille in the French league and be the top goal scorer next season. Or this season, especially due to the fact that Mbappe is no longer there. That goal scorer or the top goal scorer, that golden boot is up for grabs. And I think 100% that Mason Greenwood will win it. And I think also that Mason Greenwood might just spearhead Marseille into winning that league title. But let's see. Hopefully he stays injury-free. And I got to tell you, it will definitely be on the cards. It is something that is definitely on the cards. Now, the article also went on to say that registration paperwork has been handed over by the English Football Association, which is the English FA, to the Jamaica Football Federation as per request, so that a formal request for the switch can be presented to FIFA. Now, it also went on to say that Greenwood made 1 appearance for England against Iceland in September 2020, but can change representation because he was under 21. Now, just imagine 4 years after, we're going to be playing Cuba at the National Stadium on the 6th. Just imagine 4 years after playing for England, Mason Greenwood could potentially be stepping out representing Jamaica with pride, you know. And I can just imagine the crowd that will draw the National Stadium. This guy's a global superstar. There are so many Manchester United football fans in Jamaica, and them alone would be buzzing to come out and see Mason Greenwood at the National Stadium. So I believe Mason Greenwood can more than pack that National Stadium if he is to come and represent this national team, and it would just be another stepping stone and a huge spearhead in the progression of Jamaican football. Not only his ability on the pitch, but the fact that he's a global superstar, right? Mason Greenwood is a global superstar. He was once the star boy of Manchester United. So this isn't a regular English-based footballer that Jamaica is getting on their cards. Even the federation themselves will have to step up their game and step up their professionalism and class to facilitate a player of Mason Greenwood standard. The same things that Leon Bailey has been speaking about in terms of the standard, professionalism, etc., will be on display and will be in question if we are to get in a player like Mason Greenwood. So it will, having a player like that in our ranks, it will force us or allow us to really step up in every single aspect of what we do, right? To ensure that this player is being treated, and not only that he's being treated not like others are treated especially, but the point that I'm trying to make is a player like that coming in will raise the bar so that every player around that player, not only him, will be able to get that level of professionalism that, for example, Leon Bailey is demanding and has demanded. Now, the article also went on to say, but Greenwood also needs to be granted a Jamaican passport, which requires a birth certificate of the relatives who qualifies him. The relevant checks can be lengthy. In the case of Mikel Antonio, who made his Jamaica debut in September 2021, it took a year, although the government can expedite the process. Greenwood, who was born in Bradford, is eligible through his parental grandparents. McClaren, who was appointed manager at the start of August, is supportive of bringing Greenwood into the squad and is expected to have face-to-face talks with the player in France. And this is another thing about Stephen McClaren as well that we all were expecting when we heard that he was going to become the coach of the national team. Due to the fact that he is English, he does have that pull for English players, and he does have that easy access to those English players or even players in Europe. He can literally just fly or drive, right, to another country. Easy access throughout anywhere in Europe, right? Something that maybe not a lot of local coaches would have had or coaches from other regions would have had. It is just so seamless and just so easy for him to go all around Europe to have conversations. He can just pick up, get on a phone call with a player's agent because of his ranks, because of his know-how and the fact that he is in and around the game and people know him, right? So these are the early signs of the perks or the pros that appointing a manager like Steve McClaren is doing for the Reggae Boyz, and hopefully it can continue just like that, because the Reggae Boyz need a defensive midfield. I am sick and tired of seeing Damian Lowe play midfield for this country just because he can kick down man and him physical. Come on, we need a defensive midfield, and Dijon Sterling is out there. We need to get that wrapped up. Just like Mason Greenwood, if we can have a Mason Greenwood and a Dijon Sterling, and who knows, there's Dwight McNeil out there and there's Morgan Gibbs-White out there. I'm almost 100% sure that Dwight McNeil might not be representing England in his lifetime. And if we can pull a player like that with so much Premier League experience, right? This guy's been playing in the Premier League ever since he started play in professional career. So if we can even pull a Dwight McNeil, if we can pull a Morgan Gibbs-White, there's even Mason Holgate and Ben Godfrey. I don't remember which league I saw Ben Godfrey playing football in the other day, but he's not in England anymore. He's in Europe. Players like that can really get this national team up another level, right? And if Mason Greenwood is the spearhead for that, other players will follow suit. Other players for sure will follow suit if Mason Greenwood comes. So I got to tell you guys, the appointment of Stephen McClaren so far is looking like a very, very wonderful and smart pick. So I have to give props to Technical Director Rudolph Speid, JFF President Michael Ricketts, and I don't even know if I should give Dennis Strong any credit as a secretary, but yeah, man, Michael Ricketts, big up yourself, and Mr. Rudolph Speid, big up yourself. Hopefully, this appointment can continue shining and showing us positives, because we only want to see positives. We do not want to see the negatives. But yeah, guys, that is it. Mason Greenwood has officially started the process of transferring over from representing England to representing the Reggae Boyz. Let me know in the comment section, guys. It's your comment section and even mine. So let me know in your comment section. Are you excited? How soon do you think all of these documents will be ready? How soon do you think Mason Greenwood will be wearing the black, green, and gold? Let me know in the comment section below. Also, guys, remember, we will be giving away 3 free tickets to the game against Cuba at the National Stadium on the 6th of August. So, not August, the 6th of September. So, all you guys have to do is just stay tuned to the Gunnaz YouTube channel. More than likely, we will be giving away the first ticket on one of our live shows this weekend, Reggae Boyz Weekly, aired on Saturdays and Sundays at 5 p.m. Central Time or Jamaican Time. So, you guys can just tune in and try to win a ticket for yourselves. And yeah, guys, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.
Jamaica have a lifeline. How about this?
Big up Gunnaz. I hear like, don't know some of the Gunnaz myself, but big up Gunnaz.